Is it worth waiting for the person of your heart when there might be contact for quite a long time? Now, it's been a while or something comes up every now and then nothing again, this back and forth, back and forth. Who might throw you a few breadcrumbs? And then it parks you again, maybe in the waiting room, and supplies you with lots of sweets, cakes, and snacks. Yes, enough water and coffee. Yes, and a whole stack of newspapers. And now you ask yourself, is it even worth it? Is it worth the wait? And to keep holding on? Or should I rather let go? Regarding the topic of letting go, I want to say, because it's often used, the topic of letting go or the word letting go never means that you say, okay, I'm letting go of this person now, and then they completely disappear from me and out of my life, completely out of my mind. No, letting go simply means plain and simple to focus on yourself. So not making your daily routine dependent on that person, but really just focusing on yourself. That more is letting go. So it's not that tragic. This word letting go, well, sometimes it gives me a bit of a stomach cramp too. Always letting go, which is often portrayed too extremely. It's not that at all. I just wanted to add that, but I know you always do the right thing. And you always take small tendencies, whether here in my video, in personal consultation, or with someone else. What's important, no matter where, is that you always gather small hints, because it's like this, you build it up yourself. When you get tips, for some the tips are, yes, great, I can handle that. But for others, it's like, I can't quite manage with that. You need something else, another hint, another tip. And therefore, it's always important to look broadly at where you can get these tips from, and then you build your system completely. For example, I did the same with all the training I have completed. From each training, I picked out what resonates with me, what I can agree with, and I built my own system for myself. So now let's continue with a person dear to your heart. Is it worth waiting for them? We are tapping into the energy of the present, and collective readings, personal cards are gender neutral, and a collective reading cannot apply to everyone. A very warm hello to you all, a heartfelt, tight hug to you. You are simply amazing. You are so wow. I am fascinated by you every single day. How wonderful to feel each and every one of you and your unique personalities. And that is so beautiful. And even someone who doesn't comment, I still feel you. And that is so beautiful. Above all, I am infinitely grateful for the trust you place in me. And so now I would say, let's get started. Yes, and about letting go. So, as I said, it's just briefly touched upon now. But this, you must let go, you must let go, you must let go. And it's always the same. So, as I said, I still get a stomach ache because this letting go is so quickly just taken as just look at yourself, your issue, you for yourself. And as I said, I've only briefly touched on it because I am now completely involved in the collective here. So, from that perspective, it's only briefly touched upon. So, but now back to your heart's desire. It's worth waiting for him. What's going on there right now? And let's take a look at that now. Let's take a look at what the topic is here. So, what should I put there? Oops. The topic with your loved one, it is death. Regarding death, but it's not tragic at all. Because I always find death really great, because with death, it means something is coming to an end. A phase is coming to an end. And there it is. As I said, the card is not tragic at all. It will be the conclusion of a phase. This is a transition. Something is coming to an end. A situation is undergoing a change. And it's clear that currently there might still be this fear, but perhaps fear of loss, a kind of paralysis, a little bit. But something is being accepted here. So I'm curious to see what else we will discover here and what exactly this is about. So with your loved one, we have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is already an area concerning your loved one. There is this fear, which was indicated here with death. And again, we have fears here. And there's also this, a kind of despair, a guilty conscience. So here I would say there are worries, a guilty conscience, a kind of soul torment. And as I said, fear, but something is also being kept as a secret here. And there, I already say that this is also a process. If I now take the combinations of all three, we have the end of a phase, we have the fears. I already say that there is movement here, that something is coming to an end. But in which direction, we'll take a closer look again. I don't want to say too much yet because we still have a few cards in front of us. And now we have the major arcana again, we have the sun. So, there is the end of a phase now, moving into confidence. And there is also the sun. It's like an enlightenment. Tada! So I find this beautiful now. And this positivity is also captured. So confidence, and you also have to deal with pampering. So this situation is particularly tired and confused. But something is coming to an end there. But let's take a look now. We are at the question, is it worth waiting for him or her? End of a phase? Now, it also depends on what exactly we see here. So we definitely have a process that he is in, and something wants to be ended here. So now let's take a closer look at what we get here. Hey. Yes, well, I would say from what I see at first glance here, it's like this. A person close to your heart is not necessarily the fastest in the group. So, yes, we are in the collective. And you are engaging your loved one. Wow, my dears, wow. We have here again the end of a phase. It's shown here again. Yes. And it's about decisions. I have him. The pessimism, he currently has it. Yes, he definitely has it. And regarding your connection, so he definitely has you in mind. So he has you in his thoughts. And there is definitely a guilty conscience. Why the guilty conscience? Why the guilty conscience? The guilty conscience, because he didn't really show himself to you. He didn't show you these topics. Some have repeatedly withdrawn here, maybe ended the relationship with you. Ended that the relationship was ended, withdrew here, closed himself off. He definitely didn't open up to you completely and didn't give you that. He might have brief reactions. He has the entire contact with you, ended it, maybe separated from you. Or you separated and he just accepted it like that. We have the issue here, but also that it really was a knee-jerk reaction. Because now we reach the point where nothing is as it once was. Because the separation, the contact was ended. So, good. Maybe it always worked with other relationships. I have this repetition here again and again. It was always normal, repetition, everything fit. Only, now, it doesn't fit anymore. So we have an energy, we've had this energy here quite often now, and that means it's really a present issue. And that it doesn't just, I would say, affect only 1 or 2, 3 people here, because otherwise the energy wouldn't be shown now. Because I have your loved one, he might not have been able to make you happy. He might not have been completely honest with you at times, closed himself off to you. He didn't completely open up to you. There might have been issues between the two of you. He did stand by you, but not completely, because I keep seeing this secret here. So I would say in this reading, your loved one is such a candidate. So it must have been like that in this reading. Yes, you were there. Up to a certain extent. He gave you a lot at one point. And yes, and this trust and back and forth. So you can trust me, but as I said, up to a certain point, and this boundary could not be crossed. You were completely open and gave everything for your loved one. You were there full of love, full of confidence, solution-oriented. Hey, I'm here. This familial aspect, maybe you did, yes. When you were together or something, hey, here, watch out. I'll make you a snack for your work, or here, I'll cook something. So this, you were unconditionally there, and for you, it was normal. For him, it was uncharted territory, because that's what he didn't know about you. And now we have something ended. There have been quite a few relationships which perhaps weren't always that long. So now it's over and done, and then no, nothing more. It always worked and went well. So currently I have him here. What do you mean by currently? Since this whole thing here, since you've had contact, this separation, so this change in your contact, I have it here. That's how it is. That doesn't fit. That doesn't fit because you're actually dozing off completely, always carrying it around with you. It's as if you're actually here in the domestic area all the time. He can't completely let you go. There's still a connection there, making it a secret. He keeps withdrawing because he himself can't fully grasp what's going on here. And that's a big issue. I know we're on the question of whether it's worth waiting for him, but I always say everything that the cards show, and I always take the energy, because then there's something important included, and that's the issue. That's actually the issue with your loved one, both male and female. What he hasn't told you, what his issues are as well. That he is somewhat, maybe he doesn't want to make himself smaller. Or maybe he sees himself as very small, but somehow it's like a bit of shame. It's his masculinity, maybe also his honor, if it's a woman, depending on the case. And yes, this somewhat more dominant appearance outwardly, wanting to show himself differently and not so soft. But he really is. And there we have this issue, he can't tell you why, or couldn't tell you all along what's really going on. That it was actually wrong, that he wasn't completely honest and open with you. Because now he feels, hey, you're still there. He feels it. And that's it. He has to overcome this shadow. That's his own shadow. Because he can't let you go. As I said, other relationships that have been, well, they ended, then it's over, done, finished. That's it. And when it's over, it's over. That's how I have a reaction from the person dear to my heart. But now it's like this. Even though it's over, he cut it off. He ended all contact. But it doesn't fit for him because you keep reappearing. You are like a boomerang in his thoughts. And you spiral back in again. And that's his issue. Then maybe you might have sent many messages. You have, as I said, we are in the collective. It doesn't have to be, but it can be, because it's being shown to him that you always sent a few more messages and reached out and all that. And there's the overdose. He can't handle it. It's too much because he doesn't even know what he should do. So is it worth waiting for him? He loves you. He has reestablished contact. He has reconnected as far as feelings are concerned. Also, the sexual attraction, the sexual appeal is there, among other things. But I also strongly feel the movement of the heart. Here lies the touch of the heart. And there's also what took a long time, this heart opening. Because your heart person his heart is now in the process of opening more than it was before. And it still takes time. I'm telling you, it's worth waiting for him if you want to. I have a bigger one. But I must add, as I said, I have a heart person, not someone who is the bad one of the group. I now have him more like hanging around in the pedestrian zone. Yes, I'm not waiting there yet, and everything needs to be well thought out. Everything must fit perfectly, because he can't make any more mistakes. That's a big topic. And it's like this, I still have a bit of this toe lying around. I have a time delay here. He definitely has you in his thoughts. He has you in his mind. He has you in his heart. And as I said, also in his apartment, in his house, no matter where he is, you are there. As I said, the boomerang that keeps coming back unconsciously in his thoughts, in his feelings, in his emotions, and the decision is made for him. And he will make this decision because he is taking this path. Only, as I said, he is not a quick shooter. Yes, so he visualizes everything completely and weighs it all out thoroughly. And everything has to fit exactly to the T, because I have him here very scrutinizing himself. However, this decision is the path back into connection with you. So it couldn't be clearer here. As here you see the card as well. I don't think I can see it properly. What I'm showing you directly here. So the connection between you two couldn't be clearer, because this is his course, the one he is steering towards. And maybe he has also come up with excuses repeatedly. And you notice, however, how he wants to but can't. Maybe you have contact again, or even when you come back into contact, you somehow notice he wants, and then he backs down again. So this going back again. But as I said, he wants to, he keeps testing again and again. This is it. This is completely, the knot is loosening. So I have slow movements here, yes. But I also have here, it actually took the longest time. It took the longest time. So it is still not something that happens overnight. A bit tough. As I said, here I have feelings of happiness because he actually wants you. He also knows he is actually disappointed in himself because he knows he hasn't really made you happy. So his perspective, I can only tell you his perspective here. This, yes, maybe. That he also tried here outside, many activities. This, okay, I undertake this, I arrange something with a friend here, but I always retreat again. Lying here, that works. It's not like it used to be. Nothing is like it used to be. And your loved one notices that, and then he realizes, hey, something's not right here, because I have also only progressed with him here in maturity. He has worked with himself unconsciously, consciously working with himself. I don't see that here, but the heart is his greatest teacher in life. And here I say the heart teaches him to listen to the heart, and it's worth waiting for him. But it's very important that during this time, you don't just sit at home. I don't want to encourage any overstepping. Absolutely not. But become active, go out. Then the pressure here will also ease a bit. Do your things, your topic. You are important. You are the most important person in your life, period. Because I have him, he will definitely come back. Of course, whether you still want him then, that's the second question. But he will come back. He will reconnect with you. And he wants contact with you. And yes, I have it firmly here that he also wants to rebuild or build a relationship with you. Here, it's about coming out of withdrawal and misunderstanding. There were also 1 or 2 misunderstandings, right? And he always kind of ran away from them, but they will be resolved here. And it's his process, as I said so clearly. I have changes here. It took the longest path, but despite everything, I have him in the pedestrian zone. Lying here, so he's wandering around in the pedestrian zone, strolling back and forth. Yes, as I said, he examines everything very carefully. It's also partly when he buys things, everything possible might be checked, or something like that. But these are his issues, and he definitely wants to reconnect with you. So he will become active, yes. And then, no matter if he contacts you now or anything, I definitely see the contact happening here again. And I have the contact suddenly, unexpectedly. So very spontaneously, I have it here. So surprising, also present. It can really be that you might see each other somewhere by chance, or something happens, or by accident, a wrong message or something is written here. Or he labels it as, I sent it by mistake, or wrote it wrong, or something like that. Because as I said, I also feel him very strongly here present, because he is a jealous person. Very jealous. He has an absolute fear of loss, and these are his own issues. But is it worth waiting for him? He wants to, he will come back, definitely. Whether, as I said, you still want that is the second question. You decide for yourself. But I have the connection here again. I also see changes in the domestic area. And you will also be very clear about him or her. A change. So, now let's see what else we have here. Yes. So we already have, yes, as I said, the Tower. I just noticed we have another major arcana, but we have the Tower. So there is another change to be seen out of the chaos, and we have the redemption. He is there, the redemption from all the entanglements, which he always has here. He is already in the process. As I said, it just takes longer for him, and there he will find redemption because he is moving into change. And we have the awakening here. He really wants to get out of there. And perhaps in the past, these compulsions were always present for him, maybe as well. He can't. And is he still dealing with others here? And these are really his issues here. And it's like that already for him. He himself, yes, maybe it was always relationship-wise. He could never really maintain a relationship. Perhaps you've also noticed that it was always the same pattern, the same end to relationships, and nothing really worked out. It was like nothing, neither half nor whole. But as I said, you are something completely different for him. You have touched him more here than anything else. And that's it. Where he feels these feelings of happiness and also completely opens his heart. So therefore, as I said, we have the change here again. So it fits completely here. The circle closes here very, very, very surely. And you can see for yourselves, especially the first card, we had the end of a phase. So what else do we have? We have the Seven of Cups. Oh, yes. It will also come into balance. Currently, he is still a bit overwhelmed, but his decision is made. And now that I'm talking about decisions, we definitely have the decision for a relationship with you, for the connection to revive this contact, and not just a friends with benefits situation. Not just friendly. This is also clearly shown here. And he will really feel as if he is totally in love, truly. So that is, yes, there is also. His desires are also to be with you, to come together with you. No matter what you see on the outside from this energy, namely, what you see now, don't let it make you doubt. As I said, if you want, you decide for yourself. So, and then we really have a dreamlike relationship. That is indeed his dream. That is his wish, because he feels you are the one. That's why he can't let go of you, because he realizes you are the woman, you are the man, truly where everything fits, which he hasn't seen all this time. And I say the circle closes completely here. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching. Wish you all the best and a big hug for you. Goodbye.